I guess welcome to my shit show. This is the first episode. We have two very special guests with us today. Yoli, right? Do you want to tell us about yourself a little bit?
Sure. I'm Yolanda. I'm a California native. Grew up in LA County, and then now I'm in Orange County. And I was raised by a Marine.
Okay. And Billy, my two new best friends. So who are you, Billy?
I am an actress, and I also studied physics before being an actress.
Welcome to the show. Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
Okay, so what I like to do usually is just have you guys take turns picking one question out of the hat.
Okay.
And then when you pick a question, you answer first, and then you answer the same question. And then it's going to be your turn to pick a question. And then you ask the question, you answer, and then you answer. So since you're closer, you get to go first.
Okay.
I'm nervous about that.
You should be.
Ugh. Thoughts on no physical contact until marriage.
You understand?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? See? I got to turn off the phone, too.
Well, I am not very conservative person.
Really?
I think you should have physical contact because there's a lot you meet the person in a different way. And then, if you're gonna marry someone, and someone, and I don't know, if you don't know that person very well, it's just it's a gamble for me. I rather know as much as I can about the person I'm gonna marry. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think that physical contact with your future husband or wife is important. And if you don't know what that's like prior to being married, you could possibly divorce over it. So, yeah.
Well, what about a situation where the couple is on the younger side and neither of them have physical experience with intimacy, right? So they're both coming in sort of trying to figure out they want to be friends, not friends, but they want to get to know each other first. And if there's that mental connection, then the physical part they can figure out together because they're into each other. Yeah. So it's a little bit of a different scenario than, say, someone my age. You know, I'm not going to wait 6 months to kiss someone.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little bit different. Anyway, good answers. Go ahead. You're up.
Okay.
Grab a
question.
Make it a good one.
All right. Do you tell your husband or boyfriend, I don't have either one right now, that is about to meet an ex of yours, would you want him to tell you?
So let's say you're going to a party with your significant other, and small gathering, maybe 5 to 10 people, and that someone that you've been with is going to be there.
Okay. Do
you forewarn?
Oh, yeah. I would definitely.
You tell him?
Yeah, if I knew that it was going to happen, I would definitely let him know, so-and-so is going to be there. We might see them. We might run into them. We might not. We'll see, but just give them a heads up.
And you would want to know? Yeah,
I would want to know. Yeah. I would want to just in case. Everybody's different. Some people are dramatic. Some people, just to be prepared, that's about it. Just a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you, Billy?
I think I would tell him after the party because, I don't want to ruin it for him, or if he's going to feel weird or don't want to go, or I don't know.
Interesting.
And, and actually, I wouldn't like to know. If I go to a party, I want to enjoy, and I don't know, and it's also in the past, so I don't care.
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
I actually posted that question on TikTok, and it was funny. Most of the people, they said, trust, be open, tell them if you're in a real relationship, you're going to get over it. You're going to, you're an adult, and it was in the past, and it's not a big deal. But a lot of people, they were like, I don't want to know. I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's kind of peaceful, I think.
Yeah. Ignorance is bliss, huh? You want to do one more round of questions?
Sure.
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on exclusively dating for the sake of marriage? I don't know what that means.
So some people date
Mm-hmm.
to date, some people date for fun, and some people date with the hope of getting married.
Um,
So do you think people should date just to date, or in the hope of like focusing on marriage?
I think it's kind of weird if you focus on marriage, because what if, like, because then you're not kind of open to see everything that's happening. I think because you want something from it.
So you're saying that the motive kills it
Uh,
because you're
well,
not really
it
in.
filters what you see. Because,
Right.
like, let's say I want to get married with that person, and I'm dating, but my objective is to marry that person. What if I don't see like red flags? Because I'm already like, oh, I'm gonna marry him, you know. So I never dated thinking I'm gonna marry someone, and I always thought, like, I don't know, like,
You
I
are
just want
married.
to meet. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if we said that before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No, I like when I dated my husband, I was like, I do want to be in a serious relationship.
do.
I do,
Yeah.
but I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if I will want to marry you. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yoli.
Yeah, I think it depends on how old you are. I think it's good to navigate and see what because when you're dating, you're learning what your likes and your dislikes are. Um, and you're getting to know who you are, you know? So I feel like part of the dating should be kind of like experimental, getting to know yourself. But then um, also with the long-term plan of being married one day, not just to continue dating excessively, because that gets kind of tiring, I think. Um, but yeah, I just feel like there's so many different options out there where you need to know what your likes and dislikes are, and then figure out who you want to spend the rest of your life with. I feel like is the ultimate goal. Yeah.
I think that makes sense
Yeah.
because you don't want to go into something with a motive because then your intentions are not pure, and like you said,
Yeah.
you're not going to see things that you don't want to that you want to see, and
Yeah.
it becomes a bit of a challenge. All
Hmm.
right.
Hmm.
All right. Last question, and then we'll see if we can dig into some juicy stuff.
Is it your turn or
Me?
my
Oh
turn?
no, you.
Who's your
Oh,
turn?
my turn. All right. How long would you wait before getting engaged? Oh, um, I think like 3 years to me is plenty of time to find out, you know, whether or not you guys should take it to the next level. I think anything longer than that, I just feel, like I don't wish anyone to be in a long-term relationship and it not evolving into a marriage. That's just my preference. Everybody's different. But I think marriage should be the ultimate goal. Exclusivity, I think, is important.
Exclusivity, yes, but I gotta
Yeah,
ask
and being
why?
married.
Why marriage?
Why marriage? For me, it's important because if you're gonna have children, I think it's a family, um, community, and it should just be exclusive.
Exclusive is fine, but you don't
But
need. I don't necessarily
yeah.
think. I don't necessarily think you need to have that certificate.
Hmm. My parents were not married, and they were
Look how
together
great you
20
turned out.
something years. Yeah,
Look how great
yeah.
you turned out.
My father was married before my mother. My mother was married before my father. And my mother always wanted to be married with my dad. It's just she hadn't finalized her divorce. They just went years and years and years. And my mom wished she would have been married. She passed. And then my dad's biggest regret was never marrying her. So I think because of that experience, I just feel like, it is important at the end of the day. Yeah, they lived their life. Yeah, they were happy. Yeah, we had, our family, but at the end of the day, his biggest regret, when he lost her, was that he didn't ever marry her
Why would that be a regret? I don't understand.
because it was so important to her.
Oh,
And
but
then
not to him.
he didn't realize it until she was gone how important it was. And he didn't see it, or because he had already been married, she had already been married. But at the end of it, that was something he just regretted. So
Really?
that was my life experience. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I hear that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's a regret, you know. He probably would have done it to make her happy, like,
Yeah, it's important to her.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't see how that changes anything. And most of the time,
Yeah.
it has a tendency to ruin the relationship.
Me as a child in it, I didn't know they weren't married, you know. I didn't
Exactly.
know. I didn't
It's not
know
even a
and
thing.
yeah. I to give you a story about myself with this, I was with my ex-husband and we were with each other for 11 years before we got married. And I just felt like it was too long. It was too long. And
11 years?
yeah. Yeah.
Dating, engaged, what's the status?
Dating, living with each other. So I feel like when you're living with each other and you're acting as if you're married, it doesn't ever happen. So that's the other side to it. And to me, I thought that was too long. And I still married him, and we had 2 kids. We were married.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we were married for over 10 years. But yeah, yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
It was too
You can
long
leave it at
to-
that, but we're circling back. Don't worry. I've already made mental notes.
Nice. What was the question? Mm.
Next time I'll print it in Spanish.
Oh no, it's fine.
I know, joking. Joking. Humor. You don't see the applause sign?
In Spanish, you will bring up my traumas. It's
Oh.
better to
Yes,
do it in English.
yes, I want trauma.
That's very funny. I actually got engaged super fast with
Okay.
my husband, and
How much time is super fast?
I think we were together. I think for 8 months, but we moved in also super fast, like 2 months after we met.
2 months and you move in with some
Whoa.
strange
Yeah.
dude?
That's fast.
This is in Spain?
No, in Vancouver. Yeah.
But he's Canadian?
No, he's from Slovenia. Yeah.
Oh my God, what's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
I feel like I trust a lot my instincts. I had a lot of boyfriends before, and I always, like, after a month or whatever, that's kind of mean to say, but after a month I was like, I will never marry this person. Like, I just, like, he doesn't respect me, or he doesn't treat me like in the way that I feel respected or whatever, or like important things
But
were
then
not there.
But then after a month and you decide this is not marriage material, do you dump them?
No,
You
I
continue.
still date. Yeah, that's why I feel kind of mean, because I was like,
Why is
well,
that mean?
I'm dating, and it's like, well,
There's
it's
nothing
fun
mean.
for both of us.
As
I don't
long as
know.
you're open and honest, there's
Yeah.
nothing mean about it.
Well, I don't think they wanted to get married either. I just
No.
like,
Guys don't want to get married.
Yeah.
Men don't want to get married. There's
Yeah.
no benefit to marriage
I know
if you're a man.
it scares men a lot. It's kind of weird.
It's stupid for men to get married. I got married twice.
Yeah.
Who's the big idiot?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it was very interesting with my husband, because I met him and I kind of felt like, oh, everything's so good. Like, the communication, like, I felt super respected, like, all the time, like I never felt before. Maybe
Safe.
that was like a cultural thing. Like, in Mexico, it's like where there's more like macho men.
Right.
And he
Men are
was like-
here and the women are here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then it was very nice, and then we moved in together, because I was spending a lot of time in his house, and then we had problems with his roommates, and then I needed to get a place, and then it just happened to be, and then we just moved in
The
together.
problem was the roommates, or the
His
problem was the
roommates.
two of you making too much noise?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then living together, I was like, this is so easy, like, because I have 2 brothers, and I lived with them like for a long time, and we fought so much. Like, I was like, do your dishes, or I don't know, I would get so angry with them, and we are the same family, and even then it was so hard to live with them.
Well, you're the youngest
I'm the youngest.
of
Yeah.
the 2 brothers.
Yeah.
2 boys and then you.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I love them so much. They're the
Where are
best.
they?
The older one is in Poland, because he married a Polish girl, and he has 2 kids. And
Huh,
they're
interesting.
lovely. And then my other brother is in Mexico.
So you love them because they're far away.
No, no,
No, I'm the
they're
same
so
way with my
super.
sister. I love my sister,
Yeah,
but she's in Israel, so it's good.
yeah. No, we could be in the same country. It just happened to be, but not in the same house because I was going crazy.
Right.
Yeah. But when I met my husband, it was so easy because we liked the same things, like a clean house. I don't know, like wherever we were agreeing a lot about how we wanted to live.
Yeah.
And that was for me like, okay, I could marry this person because he's like
Effortless.
yeah.
That's the
Everything
word.
was so easy. Yeah.
Effort, right? No effort. It just flowed.
Mhm.
So tell me if I'm wrong, but I see something very common in the both of you, and I
Mhm.
could be wrong because I always read
Mhm.
into stuff that shouldn't be there. You were very close to your dad.
Mhm.
Are you very close to your dad?
Yeah.
So the men in your life, do you hold them up to a very high standard because of your relationship with your dad? So you were talking about your dad with the Purple Heart, like
Mhm.
he's God's gift to the world and he was a
Mhm.
superhero, which is great.
Yeah.
You
Um,
also similar, I think.
I think it's a little bit different. Like I love my dad, but my parents divorced when I was like 6 years old. So I didn't live with him since I was 6. Well, even before he was always traveling.
Mhm.
Because he had another family. So I didn't really spend that much time with him, like
Huh.
as a dad. Like I don't know, like, and then later I hang out with him a lot, but it was also because I was working in his business, um, which is different too.
Yeah,
It's a little bit different. Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Is your husband a lot older than you?
No, he's younger than me.
He's younger than
Yeah.
you.
Actually, when he asked me if I wanted to get married, I was like, "Are you crazy? Like, you're so young." And I'm like,
What's the age gap?
And that I won't say. I do
Wow.
lie about it a lot. Because
Really?
people judge, like
So he's only 27?
I'm not gonna say.
Don't make me do the math.
No, but they treat him differently. Like even in my family, when I said like, okay, well, we have this age gap, suddenly people treated him like he was another person. I don't know. It was weird. I don't know.
People judge, people act funny, they don't understand.
Yeah.
And it's not for them to understand, so it's irrelevant,
Mhm.
whatever
Yeah,
they
and
think.
if you meet him, you will think he's older because he's very, I don't know, very mature, very, I don't know, very serious, very, I don't know.
Does he have siblings?
Yes.
Brothers? Is he the oldest?
No, he's the youngest.
Really?
Mhm.
Two youngest getting married? Ooh, that's drama.
That's so good. I think we are like, it's the best. Being the youngest is the best, like, of your family.
We have that in common. I'm
Yeah,
the
you're the
youngest.
youngest.
Yeah, of
How
5.
many brothers or sisters?
My dad had 2 boys. My mom had a boy and a girl, and I'm the baby of my mom and dad.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, so 5 total.
It's so nice, right? Because
Yeah.
everybody spoils you so much.
Yeah.
Like your brothers.
For a while, I felt like
Mhm.
the only child because they were so much older, and we didn't all live together for a lot of the years. So, yeah, I was the baby, and I feel like the babies get more attention. I don't know. It's the last
Yeah.
one. The parents, to me, aren't, I guess, paying attention to us as much because we're the last ones. I don't know.
Then when you get older, they feel
Yeah.
guilty, so they pour on the love and the gifts
Yeah.
and the money and
Yeah.
all because I have 5.
Yeah.
My youngest is 22. Such a baby.
Yeah.
Such
You
a baby.
spoil.
Spoiled.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you send me $200? I need rent money. What do you mean you need rent money? You just were in LA for the summer working, and now you're going to Miami for a weekend, and then you're going to. You need money from me? You're going to Miami to party. But he's a good boy. We'll keep him for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good stuff. And what about you with the dad and the?
Yeah.
What happened with you in the marriage?
Um, he wanted to still party, and I was done with the partying after having babies, and that was pretty much really it. Party scene, you're
When you got together,
drinking.
this was the 11-year engagement guy.
Yeah, yeah. He was a musician. He was a really good, talented musician, and then that evolved into DJing, and then that evolved into performing at nightclubs and parties, and in my 20s it was great, and then when we had babies it was just like, okay, let's settle that down, let's eventually like let that go, and let's and he just it was just a part of him. So
So why do you think you ended up with a guy that would
yeah.
sort of drag you along for 11 years and then sort of be?
Yeah.
So what would that mean to me without knowing anything?
Yeah.
It means he has some mommy issues and he was just looking for a mommy, not a wife.
Yeah.
That's my
I
take.
and I take responsibility as well. Like I was 15 when I met him, moved in at 18. So I,
Wow.
I think I learned like your frontal lobe isn't even fully developed at
25.
until 25.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, that's why I think like you should wait till you're older before you even move in with somebody, and figure out what your likes with your dislikes are, because I didn't know any of that. Yeah. Live and learn. Yeah.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
So we're not making the same mistakes anymore.
No.
When did
No.
you split up?
It's been like 9, 10 years since our divorce.
And
Yeah.
how's the boyfriend girlfriend
Yeah.
relationship statuses over the last 9 years? Anything happening?
It was I'd say a learning lesson, because I never really dated prior to my husband. And
When you were very young.
so now that I'm dating, or dated, I didn't necessarily like it. I didn't really enjoy it, but I did learn what I like and what I don't like, and my tolerance level is up higher. And I actually have enjoyed being alone, and I've actually navigated myself, and my business is like, I'm in such a good place um, financially. Um, and right now there's a man that I dated and I like, and we're just taking it slow. So there's one man that I've been talking to for the last, I don't know, a couple months, 8, 9 months. Yeah.
What do you mean talking to?
We're seeing each other here and there.
We're dating.
We're not exclusive.
Not exclusive.
Not exclusive
After
yet.
how many months?
Well, it's been off and on for like 8 months.
Why
Yeah.
off and on?
Why off and on? I had some travel plans. I went to New York. I went to DC. I've been doing a lot of traveling, and he has a business that he's running. It's taking a lot of his time up, but I'm hoping with the next couple of months we'll be able to see each other more.
So if you go away on a business trip or a trip, you break up?
No, it's just I'm gone and I'm away, and
That's not off. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're together, why
Yeah.
would it's interesting that you said
Yeah.
you're on and off.
I think it's because when we met, I think we were both we had a lot of stuff that we had going on. We like each other.
He's older, younger, much
He's
younger, super much younger. Not even
I
21.
also
That's
have,
it.
Can he drink?
there's a lot of young men that are attracted to me because I guess I look a little younger, and I've tried to date the younger ones, but it just for me it doesn't work
Yeah.
What do
because
you mean it doesn't
they're
work?
because for me I like maturity. I just like I
Well,
don't know.
the younger
Yeah,
guys.
some of them are mature.
Yeah.
Like there's some old
Depends.
souls out there. Like I feel like I'm older than my age just by my maturity level. Yeah, I just think everything's different. The ones that I've met, um, I just for me like exclusivity and being married is what I like, and that's what I try to steer toward. And if you don't fit in that, I'm just kind of like, nope, it's not gonna work. Move on. Like,
So
yeah,
you're strictly looking for a relationship. So if you see,
yeah.
if you're at a club, a bar, or whatever, you're hanging out some coffee shop, and some young hot stud comes over you and starts hitting, hey, whatever, coffee, what's your name? I wish I was cross-eyed because then I could see two of you, all that kind of stuff, and you're giggling, you throw them away.
Because they just want to get in your pants, and I'm just not going to let that happen just like that. That's usually the case. So for me, it's more like, okay, I avoid that at all costs. Yeah.
Because you've been there and experienced it, or because you're not even willing to go down that road?
I've been there and experienced it, and I didn't like that. I didn't
Okay.
like it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
But it was fun while it lasted. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone back for seconds.
It's torturous, yeah.
Why torturous?
I think because women, it's scientifically known that um, I forget the terms, but
Scientifically
yeah,
known didn't have to be in
that
quotes.
like when you sleep with a man, you
You
get an
develop
attachment.
Emotionally
Yeah, I
connected.
forgot what they call it, but yeah, and it's true, and for a man, it's not like that, and um, so yeah, I just think I don't I don't I don't want to live that life, I guess, of just having one night stands
That's
or
fair.
any of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I just rather not.
But
Yeah.
I think it's healthy
Yeah.
for a woman to go through that cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, experience it.
Because the
Yeah.
opposite is that you're so anti,
Yeah.
which means there's typically a reason you're anti, and that
Yeah.
reason is typically trauma.
Yeah.
So you have this,
Yeah.
like some women say, "Oh, I would never date a younger guy."
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
like, why not?
Yeah, it's good experience.
Yeah.
And see whether or
And you
not
never
you
know.
like it or you
Like
don't like
sometimes
it.
you
Yeah.
find
I didn't want to date my husband. Like he was trying to go out with me, and I'm like, he's so interesting, he's nice, he's handsome, whatever, but he's so young. Like I'm not gonna date him. And then
So
he got me.
there was a
Gotcha.
young
We're gonna come
man.
back to that.
There was a young man that I dated and I liked, and he wanted to marry me. But my whole thing is, I have got 2 kids. His mother and father probably wouldn't like me. They probably would hate me. So I didn't allow it because of my situation. So you didn't have babies. You didn't. It
Yeah,
wasn't that
that's
for
right.
you. So for me, I just said, no way. Your family would resent me, wouldn't accept me. My kids would suffer. So I said no.
Interesting. Because
Yeah.
some people say love conquers all.
Yeah, no.
But no,
I
it's
don't
No.
think
so complicated.
Yeah,
used
I
to think
wouldn't
that.
do that
Yeah.
to a family like that. Yeah, his father was a doctor.
What was the age
I don't
gap?
know. He was in his like late 20s, and
So like,
so there's like a 20-year age gap.
really?
I'm 44. Yeah, so
Wow.
he was yeah.
Good
A
for
lot of
you.
the young men are attracted to me, and I just and it's just I've got 2 babies, and I'm not gonna because like I said, for me it's all about evolving into an exclusive relationship and being married, and then but I don't want their family to resent me and my kids at all. I never want to be in that position. Yeah. So that's my reason.
Yeah, families
Yeah.
are very complicated.
Yeah.
That's why I don't say the age gap.
And I think like
Yeah.
Now
everybody's
you're
age,
scaring me.
everybody's
I think the guy's
situation's
15
different.
years old.
No, it's less than let's say it's kind of like,
Between 5 and 10 years.
yeah,
There we go.
it's not that much, but I did feel like
Yeah.
I'm if I marry him, like he won't be able to do things that he might need to do for his age, you know. I don't know. I don't wanna like because like I don't know. My thing is like I wanna have family or whatever, and then he's not in that stage at all. So I don't wanna like push him into be something he doesn't want to do. And also like families is very hard to like to tell them like I'm older than your
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the fact you don't have babies and weren't married before like I was is different.
And
So-
it's so weird because men are allowed to be older than their
Yes.
partners.
Yeah, way older.
But if women were older than our partners, then it's like there's something wrong with you. Like
Right.
well, there's
I
nothing
feel
wrong.
like more and more young men are attracted to older women. That's what I've experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think older women nowadays are a lot better looking than women 40 years ago. Like
Mhm.
I remember growing up and people that were in their 50s I mean, these were Holocaust survivors and people that have gone through wars
Yeah.
and things, but they're
Yeah.
with canes and broken backs. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
57 now and I'm going hiking 3 times a week. So I think we're a
Yeah.
little bit of a healthier generation. I think
Yeah.
women
Yeah.
are now
Yeah. We work out, we do yoga,
take
we
care
take
of
care of
themselves.
ourselves.
Yeah.
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 And you, how does his family, how did his family react to you and how are they now?
Oh, they're super nice. But he's also like a little bit like me that I respect everyone's like decisions. I try always like not to judge anyone like whatever. And then I also ask that for myself. Like so when he introduced me and then suddenly like somebody realized I was older or whatever. I don't know if they tried to make a comment about it because it was in Slovenian probably, and I didn't understand. But he always like puts a stop right away. Like,
Good.
this is, you're not gonna say anything about.
So he likes
my...
you a little bit,
Yeah,
just a little.
yeah. And I'm also like that. Like I was when I introduced him to my family, and then someone was making jokes like I was older than him and blah blah blah, and I put a stop to it like right away. I was like, I respect all of you and all your relationships, and I know dirty stuff about every one of my cousins, and I don't bring it up. Like I like if you have a kind of relationship with your wife that I don't know, you're more open or whatever, or he got you cheating or she doesn't even know or whatever. Like I don't even want to get into that. That's your problem, you know?
But don't turn around and judge me.
Yeah. Like I offer respect and I want respect as
Expect it. You should.
Mhm.
And the people you get the respect from are your inner circle.
well. Yeah.
And the rest of the people, they're,
Mhm.
they're out there.
Yeah.
Like I was having dinner with a friend of mine and they were telling me a story. They were in Italy, right? And I probably shouldn't say this.
Mhm.
I'll try to change the story a little bit. But in long story short, they did something they weren't supposed to do.
Mhm.
Not the end of the world, not criminal, not maybe slightly criminal, but nothing crazy. And we're sitting around a dinner table months later, um, and someone at the table got very upset with their child because they did that. And I'm thinking to myself, I know the history of these people, and the person that's judging,
Mm.
she should really shut her mouth
Mhm.
because the thing she did,
She
Mhm.
also.
like, this is
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like, this is taking a stick of gum from the candy store and stealing it as
Mhm.
opposed to robbing a bank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But people are like that. They don't
Yeah.
see that. It's all about them,
Yeah.
and they get to sit up here and look down at everyone. Oh, he's younger than you. Ah,
Yeah. It's so easy to judge.
so easy to judge.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like to, I don't know. I don't want to imply things about people I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't even know myself 100%.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's about your guys' happiness. And that's all that should matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to squash the noises.
Yeah.
But it's good that you guys cut it right away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people younger than you, they don't know how to navigate these situations and they're not secure in their relationship or themselves and they don't say anything. And then if you don't say anything this time,
Yeah.
next time it's going to be double comment. And then it's going to be
Yeah.
Mhm.
3 people saying it. And then it's going to be everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You need to let them know that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm very strong that way. And I like to put a stop, like put
Yeah.
limits. Some people, also families.
Especially
it's-
family,
yeah.
because they're the closest.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a Mexican thing, but we love to talk about other people's problems. And
It's not just
I
Mexican.
don't-
It's not just, it's Italian, it's Jewish, it's everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
likes to talk shit about everybody.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing in the news is when someone's going down. Everyone jumps on them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? When someone's going up, they also want to bring them down. If you
Nice.
want, we can continue just shooting the shit like this, or you can run through a couple more questions if you feel dangerous.
I could do another
Yeah.
question.
No, let's do a question.
Let's see what I like to be.
Make a good one.
Are there too many zesty guys nowadays? I don't know what's zesty.
So this is a new.
I don't know
it's
either.
a new term.
I don't know
How
what
do you
that
explain
means.
zesty?
A little flamboyant, I guess.
So
Oh.
so a lot of women that I've spoken to, they say that I don't know if it's just L.A. I'm talking to him like he's the show. Do you think it's just LA? It's across the country or just the big cities?
I think it's an LA thing.
Mainly
Mostly
LA. So a lot of guys, but I think it's also in the bigger cities.
Okay.
Like I don't think if you go to small town USA, you're gonna have zesty guys.
Okay.
Because they're men. They wake up at the crack of
Yeah.
dawn. They go to work. They come back at the end of the day. They have a beer. I mean, I'm generalizing,
Yeah.
but LA, the guys seem to be very effeminate, like
Okay.
very feminine.
But like they take care more of their how they look, or
How
is
they
it more
look.
like a manner or something?
It's I think it's you say it's everything?
yeah, everything like the way they talk.
The way they
Like
talk.
you can walk in a zesty way.
You can even walk in a zesty way.
Oh,
You know,
that's
zest
nice.
is like
Yeah.
from lemons, right? You get zesty. It's like
Oh,
a flavor,
Okay.
right? So they're a little tart. I guess
Yeah.
that's where it comes from. They're tarts.
think so.
Like in the old days, we used to call them tarts.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. I never thought about it.
See that? We learned something new today. But they're very zesty. Like a lot of women, they've never dated a man. I don't know how, like a man.
uh-huh.
I only like men. I don't like
But you know what
the
I mean.
zesty,
Everyone,
yeah.
they're all man, but
Yeah.
some of them are a little bit on the
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, I do believe like now it's more open. Like now you could be more feminine if you're a guy, and that doesn't imply anything. Like if you want,
It doesn't mean you're gay.
It doesn't mean you're gay. It doesn't mean anything. And also, as a woman, you can be like more masculine. I do feel like I was more masculine, or I am. I don't know. When I was younger, because I spent a lot of time with my brothers, and then like they practically raised me.
But that's like a tomboy.
don't know.
So over here,
Yeah, like
it's
a
a tomboy. It doesn't
Mhm.
mean you're. I don't see you as masculine. Like I've met you 3-4 times already. Do you concur, Doctor?
Right.
She's
yeah.
not a masculine type. I could see that there's a tomboy thing. Maybe she likes to ride horses or rope cattle or I don't know what you do.
Yeah, you haven't seen me playing football. That's why you don't know.
Wait, American football or
No, soccer.
Soccer.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
No biggie. You play soccer, huh?
Yeah. Well, not lately, but I was like super aggressive. I was in a team, and
I can see that.
Yeah,
The way she moves around and yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
like to fight a lot,
That's good.
like for the ball.
Competitive.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I do believe there's more like feminine side on men, but I like it. I feel like it's okay to try it, to express something in a different way.
Everyone can do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
But typically women, they want a man. And the zesty guys end up, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but they sort of have mommy issues. So they're looking more for a mommy than a partner or a woman.
Yeah.
I think that's where it goes. And the younger women, I think also the younger women, they also have issues with this. You know, a lot of guys here, they're just too feminine.
I think there's women out there that want men wives, and it works for them. There's women out there that want to work full time and they want their man to be home and raise the babies and do the dishes and do the cooking, so it works for them. I think there's just a person for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends in like when I was studying acting in Mexico. Like a lot of my friends are gay mostly, but also it happened like one of my best friends, she fell in love with a friend who was clearly gay, and we all knew, and she was very in love with him, and it was like it's okay, like she likes him a lot and I like him a lot. He was super funny, and I could see how she was attracted to him. Like it didn't, and he was super flamboyant. It was so funny.
She
I loved
didn't
him.
know he was gay?
She
She knew.
know. Yeah.
And she still wanted
She
to be
was-
with him?
Yeah, and she was still in love with him.
And how did that work out?
Well, no, nothing, because he's gay. Nothing happened.
So she had to bury that.
Yeah, but I do like, I don't feel like it's unattractive. Like I could be with someone flamboyant. Like I don't know. It's not, and even like I have friends who are also like, how do you say, like bisexual, and they also a little bit on the more feminine side or something. And for me, it's like okay, like it just depends a lot of.
Right. It's not just the
Mhm.
not just the physical attributes. It's not just how you look, it's also
Mhm.
how you act.
Mhm.
And again, what I'm hearing from women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s is that they could also get along with that. But at the end of the day, you kind of want a man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
what I'm
don't-
hearing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that.
No, because you're a tomboy. You'll kick anyone's ass.
Yes, I don't, and I don't want to be like. It's also like I was so tired of this macho stereotype in Mexico that I was like, just someone who wants to be on top of me. It's like, no, I am my own person and I decide my own rules and I do what I want, and no one's smarter than the other one. Like
Good.
we're equals.
That's
How
good.
about you, Ms. Zesty? Anything to add?
So that's it, really.
Okay.
The only thing I could add to that is there is a lot of hormonal stuff that has been changed just from the food and the stuff that we drink and we put in our body that has, I think, a large effect on that. That changes people's. Men are developing breast early because of the hormones in soy and some of the milk. So I just see it like
Yeah, it
it's
could
just
be
all
something
kinds of things
more
of
hormonal.
pollution. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I think of all of those things.
That's true.
Yeah, but I think there's someone for everyone too. So I got a question out of here. It says, should a man chase a woman? Um, I just think it should be mutual, and I just think each person should communicate whether or not they're interested in each other, and if they are, they should both together work to evolve that relationship. Um, I just think no one should be chasing either one, but they both should be communicating and working together to evolve the relationship that they want for each other. And if not, then walk away. And yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, the same. Like it's not no one should be chasing the other. Like
Yeah.
if they're both interested, of course they should show it and like be clear about it. But
Yeah.
But a
if
lot
it's a
of
struggle, then there's something wrong.
so a lot of women, they want men to chase them.
Hmm.
And I was like that when I was young. I would chase. Someone gave
Mhm.
me a little bit of attention, and I would hunt them down.
Mhm.
Nowadays, I was at a bar with a friend of mine, and there were some women were there. We were talking to them, and we sat down at the table. Then on the way out, one of them comes over to me and says, "Hey, you never bought me a drink."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "What did you do to earn a drink? Like, why would I buy you a drink?"
Hmm.
Nowadays, they just expect it. There's this expectation that you're supposed to chase them.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, she was at the bar, and three
Mhm.
guys had their phones open getting her phone number. But then in the
Mhm.
end, she came to me. How come I didn't buy her a drink? I'm like,
'Cause-
you had three
yeah,
guys there. What do you want
'cause
from
you're
me?
the challenge.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're nobody to me. Like,
Yeah.
why would I?
Yeah,
Same thing
yeah.
last night. I went also with a buddy of mine. We went out, and there were just women sitting down. They order a glass of water at a bar,
Mhm.
club, lounge. It wasn't a club. It was like a bar, restaurant, lounge. They sit down with a glass of water, and I love to watch people.
Mhm.
And they just sat there for 45 minutes with two glasses of water. I have to assume, I asked a couple of people next to me also, they're just waiting for some guys to come up and say, hey, let me buy you some drinks. Let me buy you some dinner.
Mhm. I have heard of that happening where, yeah, women will hang out at fancy bars, fancy restaurant bars, and just wait for a man to pick up on them or they pick up on the man, either or. I've heard of that.
And we're not
But
talking about whores. I'm not talking about prostitutes. I'm
okay.
talking about regular girls.
Yeah.
So,
I just think yeah, some women they go out and they if they're single and they're looking for a man, they're there and they're scoping out the men and then they're hoping that that would start the conversation of the man buying the woman the drink, if that's something they want to, entertain. But I don't think someone should expect it and wait for it. I think like if they're single and they're there, and the men are single and they're there, and they are attracted to each other, that could be the start of a conversation or of getting to know each other or of exchanging numbers. Is getting the man buying the woman the drink, but it shouldn't be the woman asking the man or the woman begging the man or the woman expecting from the man. It should just be yeah. I'm very traditional, so I'm very like I want the man to approach me. I'm not going to approach a man. That's just me.
But that's not a chase.
And yeah,
The man should initiate.
initiate. And if he doesn't, I'm okay with it, and I'm okay with buying my own drink as well. But but that's it. Yeah, that's my
yeah.
thoughts.
I think there's also sometimes like when I was younger, yeah, I did like people like comment towards me, or there's something about your ego that okay, like he's chasing me, but I would never uh how do you say, like nurture this if I wasn't interested in that person. Like maybe I wasn't as interested as
So
he
to
was,
you,
or
a guy that chases is a red flag.
No, it's a red flag in a way that, well, you clearly don't like him that much if he has to chase you.
But if he starts chasing and it feels good because your ego is getting a boost,
Yeah, well,
it feels good.
It's like a
But-
temporary.
but if you
Well, that's what I'm
recognize
saying.
it, yeah,
If
if
you
you recognize
recognize
it,
it.
it's like, okay, that's like a
That's
good
a re-
dessert.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Wait, what?
But it's,
I want the
it's
camera to
not-
hear that one more time. What did you say?
it's a good dessert.
A good dessert.
But it's nothing.
All right, that's going to be a
serious.
short, right? That's going right up. Certain men are desserts.
No, I mean like yeah.
No,
like
I know
if
what
you
you
feel
mean.
good, but it's gonna be temporary. It's not gonna
Yeah.
be for a
Just
long
dessert.
time. Yeah.
Not a full meal. Not even an appetizer.
Yeah, no, full
Just
meal.
a little sweet something at the end,
Yes.
and then you throw it out.
Yeah, kind of. Well, no, but I mean, there's ways. Like, if that person wants something serious and you don't, and you let them know, you're like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not in for it.
I think like it shouldn't be a game because like chasing, it sounds like it's a game, and it
Yeah.
shouldn't be a game. Like for something to last or something to evolve, it shouldn't be someone chasing someone or somebody waiting for somebody to chase them because that's just games. That's just temporary, brushing my ego, brushing your ego,
Yeah.
and it doesn't ever evolve. And you'll always be empty and you always feel unfulfilled. So,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's more of a. How old are you?
26.
I think that's more of a young person thing. What do you
Yeah.
do? You chase? You get chased? Like,
Um,
what are you up to
um,
as a young man?
Dating in LA is like weird. I
See?
don't know.
It's
weird.
shit. The-
I just feel like there's a lot. Almost everyone's in that beginning like talking phase, and like
Mm.
And they
not
just
a lot of people go beyond that. They're always just like
They want to talk.
yeah. And there's that aspect too of chasing, but it's more like playing games. It almost feels like both of you are
Mhm.
trying to have a competition of who cares less, in a way.
Huh.
That's
Mm.
what I've kind of experienced here. But
Right.
Mhm.
Because nobody really wants to invest and give themselves over unless they know the other person's in first. Because
Mhm.
nobody wants
Yeah.
to get hurt.
And I think like they both should communicate and explain what they want, then what their needs are. Because sometimes people don't do that, don't have those
Yeah.
conversations, and then
That's
it's
very
just
important, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the most important for me as a woman is like, okay, you met someone, because sometimes at the beginning you don't know what the other person wants and you don't want to ask. And that's where I'm like, no, you should ask, even if you look like, okay, this girl is so intense. No, it's like, this is what I want. If you don't want that, like, let's say it from the beginning, because maybe I will be in for just having fun for a while, but I know what you want. I'm not expecting anything from you anymore. So
I think a lot has to do with people that are born, I would say, in the last 50 years are a completely different animal that's anything existed before that. I'll tell you why. Because 100 years ago and before, we only lived till 30 or 40 years old.
Mhm.
So they would hook us up for a marriage, right? At
Mhm.
18 or something like that. You pop out a couple of kids. 10 years later, you're dead.
yeah,
Mhm.
Nowadays, you have 2 or 3 life cycles that you can burn through.
yeah,
Mhm.
So what we're saying about the games and the chasing and all that for young people, like we are programmed to think that once you hit 20, 25, you got to get married. Otherwise you're old and the clock is ticking and the world's going to end and you're not going to this and that, and you're going to miss out and then you're going to be old and no one's going to touch you and no one's going to look at you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case anymore. I think people should start waiting till they're 30, especially men,
Yeah.
because men
Yeah.
are very immature.
Yeah.
I mean, look at me.
No, but women too, because sometimes there's women who have like this expectation, or because their families put like some, I don't know, like pressure on it that they have to marry before they're 30, and then I feel like women jump into relationships that are very bad for them because they need to satisfy this like
The family.
The pressure
Yeah.
of
The
pressure.
the family.
and I don't think that's good at all. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And I think the family has a big influence on, their children, telling them it's now time for you to have a baby, now time for you to get married, now time for
I
you
think
to,
sometimes
and
they're a little more
pushing
subtle
them.
than that. They won't say
Yeah.
it's time to get married. They say,
Yeah.
boy,
Want
I would love to have a
grandbabies.
grandkid.
Yeah.
Boy, I would love to,
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you dating anyone? Who are you seeing? Who'd you go out with?
Yeah.
Like I don't talk
Yeah.
to my kids about that stuff. Maybe one of them. I
Yeah.
kind of dig into him a little bit just because it's fun.
Mhm.
But he's not dating anyone.
Yeah.
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 I don't feel that pressure at all, and I never felt it. But
But you're different.
but I do have a friend that she was super like having like emotional problems because her family was like pressuring her a lot, and she didn't get married or anything, but she just passed that date like after 30. She was like, okay,
Pressure's off.
pressure's off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm already
Right.
the
I'm an old
woman
hag.
who didn't got married.
Right.
So
Leave me
and
alone.
then that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like 15, 16, my mom's like, you know, I want you to have a baby. I need a
15,
grandbaby.
16?
Yeah. And I was
Wow.
like, Mom, I'm not ready. There's no way. And then,
Jeez.
you know, 18, 19, she's asking me, you know, she passed away when I was 20.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I was 25 where I felt like, okay, I'm ready. But she planted the seed, you know, prior to that, where I wasn't even thinking about it. And then I had been dating my ex, you know, 10 years, 11 years. And then I was like, well, he's the one I'm going to marry because he's the one my family knows and the history. And I guess we're going to have, you know, so that's kind of how it happens.
In
How it happened.
hindsight,
Yeah.
in
Mhm.
hindsight, 25 was too young to have a kid or no?
That's when I said I was ready. Yeah. That's when I mentally was
But
like,
in hindsight, looking back now, do you think that was the right decision? Or you would
What
have
would you?
preferred to wait a little bit longer?
no, I think that was, for me, it was the perfect time. And I'm happy that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love our kids. They're awesome and all
Yeah.
that bullshit. But,
Yeah.
you know, I
For
mean,
me, it
reality
was
is
good.
reality.
For me, it was good because you're young and, you know, you have the energy to do it. And then it's a lot of work, you know, raising a baby, taking her to school, all of
Lot.
that. You know, I nursed her. Yeah. She helped me. It was like a motivation to do more with my life, my child. So yeah, both of them. But I just think like I wasn't even thinking about babies and my mom planted that seed, you know. I wasn't even considering it. And then I think because she did, it wasn't until like, you know, I kept it in the back of my head. This is what, you know, I need to do one day. It's how it happened. And then I decided at 25, okay, now I'm ready. But yeah, that's how it happened for me. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't have kids now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
And it wasn't until like 7, 8 years later where I was like, I want one more. And then I had my son. And isn't that crazy?
7-year gap.
Yeah, 8 year.
8 years
8 year
apart.
gap. But I was like, I want one more. And then I had my son.
Are they close at all?
Yeah, they're
Semi.
yeah,
It's a big age difference.
big age
Yeah.
difference.
Huge.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to enjoy my daughter, you know, just her and only her. I don't know how moms do it with 2 or 3 little ones or 4 little ones. I couldn't do that. It was too much. So for me, I'm like, this was perfect. I got to enjoy her, you know, and then the hard part about having kids at the big gap is going to 2 different schools to take them and to pick them up and all of that. It's kind of hard, but that's what worked for me. Yeah.
I think this pressure that we are programmed with, it has a lot to do with religion.
Yeah.
Because I think all the religions that
Traditional.
push,
Yeah.
you know, make
Traditions.
more babies, get
Yeah.
married, bang it out,
Mhm.
happily ever after is irrelevant. Just, you know.
Yeah. And I think it's like the parents and the grandparents' way of them thinking or their influence over, you know, having this is how you have a good life. This is how you live, you know, a good life, having a family, being married, having babies. That's what brings happiness. That's what brings. So I think that's the reasoning behind it all,
Right.
which is a good it's a good motive, I guess, or a good they're looking out for you by wishing these things upon you. Yeah.
But are they? They're not really. They're not
Yeah.
really looking out for you. They're looking out
So-
for them.
I guess the double-edged sword in this is if you jump the gun too soon with the wrong person, it can ruin your life, you
Yeah.
know? You could be miserable with the person you settled with because they needed you to have or your circadian rhythm or what is it, your clock you know, because
Mhm.
women have this clock to have babies
Yeah.
is running out, you know, so that pressure, unless you want to do the whole surrogate stuff and get into that, that's an option. We can wait a little longer having that option. but I think just the traditions of the family, and especially if you're a close family and you're religious, and that's what that time pressure comes from, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we men, we don't have time clocks. We could just do whatever we want.
Yeah, you're so
Just
lucky.
saying.
You have an
Yeah.
alien coming out. Like,
Right. We just get to have
Yeah,
fun for
yeah.
5 seconds, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
you guys do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
You're writing that
Kinda
shit down, right?
Yeah.
Teaching him some stuff. The young kid, we gotta making him stop being so zesty. All right.
No, zesty is good wherever you want.
No, zesty's good.
Yes.
No, zesty's not good. Yes, you like zesty. Is your husband zesty?
No, but
Oh.
he is a little bit more feminine that I would expect. Like, I don't know, that I met
What do you mean
before.
feminine?
Well, he shares his feelings and he talks
not
about
feminine.
it, and then
I don't know
That's
if
a
that's
good thing.
he
feminine.
takes care of how he looks. I don't know. That's nice.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
like he sharing your feelings is not feminine.
Well, I don't know. Like he could dance wherever the way he likes, and I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
I don't know if that's. I think if you overdo some of this stuff,
Mhm.
and of course it's all relative because everyone's different. The whole zesty thing, it's like it's a walk, it's a talk, it's an act.
Oh,
They act a certain way.
yeah.
I think
Maybe
that's
I
what the
don't
women.
know exactly what that means
I
because
think
I
maybe
don't think I've seen
I
it.
think it's more along the lines of they just want a mommy. A lot of
Mhm.
it just goes back to the mommy issues.
Mhm.
Maybe. What do I know? I don't know anything.
Mhm.
But he's not zesty.
Well,
But he
I
knows
don't
how
know
to
what it
dance
is.
and he knows
He
how to
knows
dress.
dance. He
Wow,
dances.
look at those eyes. Do you see that look?
But he dances at home. Like nobody else has ever seen him dance.
How does he dance? Do you-
He does so
show,
good.
show,
He's
show,
so
show,
good.
show the camera.
No.
Come on.
No, I don't even know how he does.
You're an
it. He's-
actress. You're a
he's
performer.
Super good.
You got to perform.
That's his thing. I don't know. He's very good dancing. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All right. Anything else to add? You want to hit another question, or we're just wrapping up?
You got 5 minutes.
Okay. I think we're good. We're good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're good. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much
Yeah,
for
yeah.
joining me today. I
Yeah,
hope it
thank
wasn't
you.
too painful,
No,
and maybe we'll do it again sometime.
yeah.
sounds good.
It was fun.
Yay, you're
It was
All right.
fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I guess welcome to my shit show. This is the first episode. We have two very special guests with us today. Yoli, right? Do you want to
Yes.
tell us about yourself a little bit?
Sure, I'm Yolanda. I'm a California native. Grew up in LA County, and then now I'm in Orange County. And